it is my duty to inform the listeners that Mr. Naga himself has demanded that his most glorious linebacker only play a set amount of downs in this game. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Baltimore, Maryland, the M&T Bank Stadium for another exciting game of DFE Doug Funnie Experience football this week. They are on the road taking on the also undefeated Baltimore Ravens. Something's got to give in this one, folks. This one promises to be pretty good. Todd Heap last season put up decent amount of catching yards. This is not a team that likes to throw it to the tight end that much. I knew I had to have it. Looking for a big game here. He's kind of been quiet the last couple weeks, whereas, eat the spider, eat it, and players like that have the corners have stepped up. We're still looking for some steps up from the safeties. We'll see if that happens in this game. Doug Funnie Experience calls tails. And tails it is. The Doug Funnie Experience has decided to kick for a change. Interesting pick there. I mean, they'll get the ball at the second half, though, so it all depends on how good of a start they can come off with here. Doug Funnie with the kick. And week 4 of Doug Funnie Experience football is underway with a touchback. Kicked that one right into the back of the end zone, he did. Now this Baltimore offense is a team that likes to rely on the run first. Jamal Lewis, coming off a heck of a season last year, he's definitely the strength of this team. Kyle Bowler, a young quarterback, a young cannon-arm quarterback, he can throw the length of the field. He was shown throwing the ball from the 75 on his back over the mountains over there. Train at the Uncle Rico house of getting beefy. 3rd and 10 for the Ravens, though. He's going to throw that one up. And Harvina Quinzel looked like he was looking for that one, but Todd Heap comes down with the catch. And that'll give the Baltimore Ravens a first down. And I believe that, yes, the play cap has been met for Mr. Naga's most glorious inside linebacker. And it is time to bring in the backup for him. And that'll be none other than Ray Lewis in the News coming in to take over for Mr. Naga. Ray Lewis in the News, we've not seen him this season after having a pretty dominant season last year. We'll see how that goes. Now we're ready to take the field again. 1st and 10. Kyle Bowler so far this year has equal amounts of touchdowns and interceptions. 47 for 99. That's pretty unremarkable. Like I said, they'll have to rely on the run this season to get anything going on this offense. 2nd and 9 for Baltimore here.
Listen up, Gray, take me two. Listen up, Gray, take me two.
Kyle Bowler goes back. And a catch is made. Eat the spider, eat it right there to keep it to a gain of 8 yards. And that leaves 3rd and short here. A dangerous situation. They can do whatever they really want to here, but at the same time, they go 5 wide. And they're going to pay for that one. On a run-first team, I'm not sure they shouldn't have handed that one off, or at least teased that they were going to hand it off, but they went empty backfield there. And now they got to punt this one away. A high punt to Sir Digby Chicken Caesar. He's going to take off to the left, and he actually gets a decent return on that one. Takes it out to the 29, 11 yards. And here come the Doug Funnie Experience. Sister Christian with the handoff. Motoring for about 10 yards, and only one of them was forward, I'd say. So that leads us to 2nd and 9 here. QB Eagles goes back, and he looks like he's going to take off here. Gets the first down and then some to the 40. the 30, and he's going to get a heck of a tackle there at the 30. That's not the kind of hit you want him to take. 42-yard run, a heck of a start for QB Eagles here.
First and 10.
QB Eagles goes back again, throws it short to Liam Gallagher, who only gets a 4-yard catch there. Makes it 2nd and 6.
Second and 5.
Doug Funnie experience sister Christian motor ran. And he gets about 3 yards on that one. And that leaves us with 3rd and 3 now. Let's see what the Doug Funnie experience answers with here. Throw it long, throw it short. Now they're going to go for the pass here, and QB Eagles is going to run it up the middle, and he takes another decent shot there. I think that was number 56, Ray Lewis, with the tackle. Hartwell, excuse me. I thought that was Ray Lewis. I think Ray Lewis is 54 or something. What am I? I don't know my NFL legends. Sister Christian motor ran. And a heck of a run there for 8 yards. Sister Christian off to a good start. 4 yards per run here. As we're winding down the first quarter, motor ran. And Sister Christian's going to get in there. Oh my goodness, just a split-legged spike. What is your price for flight? The Doug Funnie experience takes the lead to wrap up the first quarter. It is now 6-0 with the extra point oncoming. Doug Funnie back. Mosquito Valentino with the hold. The hold, the kick. They're kind of winding to the right there, but right down Main Street as per usual. You kind of wish Doug Funnie would take his accuracy in field goal kicking and put it on the kickoff and not kick it out of bounds so much. Maybe we'll go a game without it. Maybe I'll take a vacation somewhere. Takes it to the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback by number 89 there to wrap up the first quarter. It is now 7-0, Doug Funnie experience. We'll see if this defense can keep it up. See if Ray Lewis in the news can make a difference, replacing Mr. Naga's most glorious inside linebacker as per an agreement between the station and Mr. Naga himself, who has also taken over the advertising block during halftime. I'm sure I will not regret that. Kyle Bowler with a heck of a throw there to number 86. Eat the spider, eat it, catches him from behind. That one was to Todd Heap, but yet again, a long gain there. It'll now be 1st and 10 again for the Baltimore Ravens at their own 38. Kyle Bowler goes back, takes that cannon arm, throws it short, and gets to 85, who's got a clear lane in front of him. I knew I had to have it, blows the tackle. And it is just a chase to the end there, and it's going to be a long Baltimore touchdown. What a gaffe by the Doug Funnie experience there. I think that's Keyshawn Johnson, in fact, with the long reception there. Well, the short reception, and then he just takes off up the field. Against a quarterback like Kyle Bowler, who's known to be prone for mistakes, you cannot give a guy like him easy ones. With the extra point, it is now tied at 7. The Doug Funnie experience better do a little better than that on defense. That's not acceptable, folks. Doug Funnie experience back to receive this kick. And I think that's Zach Morris that's going to take this one. We'll see what he does, and he's going to take it out of the end zone himself instead of just returning it, and he takes it to the 21. Really, for a 1-yard gain and the hit, I would have just taken a knee. I don't think anybody would have blamed him there. QB Eagles, let's see what he comes out with here. He's going to roll out to his left and get tackled by number 92 of this Baltimore Ravens defense, Maake Timo Etau. Oh, what demon did I just summon? And right now, QB Eagles has only thrown one pass for 4 yards. That's one pass, that one short pass to Liam Gallagher. And now he's going to throw an interception to number 58 of the Ravens. To think about 50 seconds ago, 50 seconds and some change, the Doug Funnie experience was up 7-0. And now the Baltimore Ravens have already tied it up and have a prime opportunity to take a lead here. Kyle, again, you can't give a guy like Kyle Bowler opportunities. He's going to throw that one short, and it's going to be incomplete. And hold the phone here. Johnsonville Broad is down. We talked about how these safeties needed to step it up, and that is not a good sign. Johnsonville brought the free safety already down in this game. Kyle Bowler already off to a decent start. Gotta hope he's okay. Gotta hope he can come back. I think that brings in Ted Diabetes to take over for him. Kyle Bowler goes back, and he's going to toss that one up into the end zone. Eat the Spider, Eat it, tries to knock it down, but number 89 comes down with that catch. And that is going to give the Baltimore Ravens a 14-7 lead, with assuming the extra point goes through. And in the blink of an eye, the Doug Funnie experience goes from being up 7-0 to down 14-7. Baltimore out here for the extra point. They'll hold the kick. And that one's good. 14-7 with the 2-minute warning coming up here, probably after the kickoff return. We'll have to see if the Doug Funnie experience can respond in some way here before halftime. That 2-minute offense in effect. Butterbaby takes this one out of the end zone. Again, not sure that's the best move there, but, well, actually maybe it was. 8 yards and on a 2-minute offense. Maybe not the worst idea in the world. We'll see what happens here. As QB Eagles needs to come up with something on offense in the next 2 minutes to at least get this game back to a tie. Or at least put something on the board. Being down 14-7 is not a familiar position for the Doug Funnie experience. QB Eagles 1 out of 3. Needs to get something going here. Needs to get a slump buster. And that might have been it had Leo Mikey Donrath caught that one. But that's going to be incomplete. And we're now at 3rd and 10 for the Doug Funnie experience. This offense needs to get it going, folks. Fakes the handoff to Sister Christian. He's going to roll out to his left. And he's going to get, I think he got the first there. He definitely got out of bounds to stop the clock. They're going to bring the chain gang out here.
We got the chains.
Waiting to see. And he's going to get that first down and stop the clock since he got out of bounds. Excellent play by QB Eagles, although he was maybe the length of the football short of having a problem there. He's going to roll out to his right. He throws that one to Big Boy, who gets about 7 yards there, which is pretty good, but the clock continues to tick. They're going to have to chuck this one downfield or get a long gain from somebody. The clock continues to tick. They're taking a lot of time off the clock here. QB Eagles goes back, chucks that one up, and it's going to be incomplete. Now 3rd and 3. Now you got to wonder in a situation like this, do you go for the first down and then just call a timeout, or do you continue to throw it long and try to score before the half? They're going to hand off Sister Christian. Motor ran, and he's going to get that first down. And the Doug Funnie experience is going to use the first of their 3 timeouts with 1 minute and 10 remaining. So they're going to get some extra shots here. That was probably the safe move, but probably the correct move at the same time. QB Eagles goes back. He's going to chuck that one to Sister Christian. Motor ran. Except he's going to get nowhere on that one. It's going to be 2nd 10, and that clock continues to run. They're going to go no huddle here. We got 1 minute left in the half. QB Eagles rolls out to his left again, and there's a lot of green grass in front of him if he can get ahead. And he's going to run out of bounds here. 48 seconds to go. They're probably in field goal range for Doug Funnie to hit this. But you'd like to think they want to tie this one up instead of just getting within striking distance. QB Eagles is going to roll out to his right this time, and he's going to chuck this one to Liam Gallagher, who, had he cut that corner a little closer, might have had a better shot at that. The Doug Funnie experience is going to use their 2nd timeout with 42 seconds to go. 1st and goal. You know they got to want a touchdown. Sister Christian Motor ran. And he's going to be stopped. He might have been stopped a yard short. Nah, the refs are going to put him right back at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal now with 30 seconds and counting. Let's see what happens here. QB Eagles rolls out, gets that one a Big Boy, who's going to get down at about the 4-yard line, maybe about the 5, 3rd and goal, and the clock continues to tick here, folks. 14 seconds and counting. They gotta hurry up here. 7 seconds. QB Eagles rolls out to his left. Plenty of green grass in front of him, and he is going to get the game-tying touchdown with 3 seconds left in the half. A clutch play by QB Eagles to recognize his receivers were covered. There's a lot more bodies that you got to worry about whenever you have a shortened field in that end zone, and he just takes care of business himself. So that's now 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 by QB Eagles and 1 by Sister Christian. And with the extra point here, assuming this will be good, and it is, 14-14 tie in the second quarter with only 3 seconds to go. This is probably going to be just the kickoff, and we're going to be out of here for the half. And Doug Funnie's going to kick a short one along the ground here to force the return and let that clock tick off. You don't want to give a cannon arm like Kyle Bowler another shot. We're going to go into halftime tied 14-14 right here on 1080 AM. You're listening to Carl Hurtado and Doug Funnie Experience Football.
That's the end of the second quarter.
We're set for an exciting second half. Stay tuned right here. Here comes Mr. Naga's commercial lineup. I apologize in advance.
Mega CD.
究極兵器メタルソニック最速にして最強のライバル出現がソニックを熱く過激にする過去へ未来へ超音速アクションは時空をも超えた
Sonic the Hedgehog CD from Mega CD.
Sega!
昔はクリボーお化け1ヶ月積み上げて重ねて挟んで生まれたよ
重ねて挟んでヨッシー誕生ヨッシーのパズルゲームファミコンソフトヨッシーの卵
ゲームボーイも出たよ
Oh dear sweet God, I don't think that was worth avoiding an international incident. I sure hope Mr. Naga isn't listening right now. Doug Funnie Experience back to take the kick here. I believe that's Sir Digby Chicken Caesar taking this one out. Gets to the 20, and he's going to get that one out to the 32. A heck of a return there by Sir Digby Chicken Caesar to start this second half. QB Eagles goes back, hands it off to Sister Christian. Motor ran. He's only going to get a couple yards on that one. Right now, Sister Christian 7 for 22 and a touchdown. 7 for 22. QB Eagles is going to roll out to his right. And he's going to stop and set his feet. Tries to get that one to Big Boy. But that ball is going to be deflected. And we're now at 3rd and 8 for the Doug Funnie Experience.
Green 15 switch
QB Eagles looks like he wants to change the play at the line here. He's going to go back. He's going to chuck that one to Liam Gallagher, but he threw that one a little too low for him. Liam Gallagher's a talented wide receiver, but man needs a little time to wake up, wake up. Metaton's legs back to punt this one away. The Doug Funnie Experience off to a slow start to open this second half. Kyle Bowler in this Ravens offense gets it at 35. Hands it off to Jamal Lewis. We haven't seen enough of him. And goodness gracious, a heck of a run to start the second half for the Ravens. Again, Jamal Lewis is a machine, one of the best running backs in the league. You give him a chance and you're going to be in trouble. Kyle Buller takes over at midfield here.
Blue 33. Blue 33.
31-17, who down there? Jamal Charles with the Jamal Lewis, excuse me. In the year 2000. Jamal Lewis gets a 3-yard run on that one. Tried to sweep out to the left, he couldn't get it. Kyle Buller goes up for that throw, but it's going to be incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 7 for the Baltimore Ravens. Kyle Buller goes back. And that one's going to be complete, but I believe he's going to be short of the first down, and that's going to leave him with 4th and 1. And it's going to be a long field goal attempt here, 51 yards, but it'll give Baltimore the lead. And someone from Doug Funnie, and they're going to fake it here. But instead of, he tried to run it up the gut, and there was just no place there for him to go. He only needed a yard, but the line just collapsed, and there was no way for that to happen. And Baltimore is going to turn the ball over on downs here. The defense holds up this time. QB Eagles rolls out to his left, and it looks like he's going to take off again. And he's going to get 8 yards before being tackled. QB Eagles with 6 runs for 95 yards and a touchdown today. You got to hope he quits taking hits like that. Sister Christian Motor ran. Gets close to a first down there. It's going to be 3rd and inches. Got to think right here it's a handoff to Sister Christian, but Motor ran. I was about to say that kind of play calling would be a little too obvious, but even then you saw how many Baltimore defenders piled up on him. It takes an army to knock this guy down. QB Eagles goes back and rolls out to his left, and he's got some green grass in front of him. Let's hope he gets out of bounds this time, and he does, avoiding the hit. Doug Funnie experience getting something going here. Hands this off to Sister Christian Motor in, and he's got some green grass in front of him. Are you kidding me? Sister Christian with a long run of all people, and he got socked by 27 there. I don't know what kind of tackle that was. Might want to check him for THC and DHV and DVD and RVD. Sister Christian Motor ran. But he's going to lose a yard on that one. Sister Christian, 11 runs, 56 yards, 5.6 yards a carry. Something like that, I'm not sure. I can't math. QB Eagles toss it to wide open, who almost gets in there. It's going to be 3rd and goal at the Baltimore 2. See if they get one more playoff here before the quarter ends, and they will not. We will go into the 4th quarter tied 14-14, but the Doug Funnie experience is phasing through referees and knocking on the door as we begin the 4th quarter. Let's see what they go with here. QB Eagles is going to go back for a pass on this one, and it's going to be incomplete. 4th and goal. Let's see what they do here. 2 yards and a touchdown will put them in good position. But if they mess this up, who knows? I mean, Baltimore, we saw them earlier try to go for a fake field goal. Would the Doug Funnie experience be thinking the same thing here? The field goal team's out there. Let's see what happens. And it looks like the Doug Funnie experience is going to take the easy points here and take a 3-point lead, 17-14. That's going to leave this one in the defense's hands. Try to keep the Baltimore Ravens out of field goal range with 2:56 left. And definitely keep them from the end zone. You don't want to give up a 4th quarter lead. Doug Funnie back to kick. This one's going to be caught right around the 10. That's going to force the return here. And Eva Marie with the tackle there on the 28. And Baltimore is going to get a shot here to at least tie it, if not take the lead. Kyle Buller's had an above-average game by his standards, but let's see what happens. And he is going to be sacked to start this drive. A heck of a play there by number 50. I'm not sure who that was off the top of my head. I believe that might have been one of the corners that came up there. He tries to throw that one to the side and gets nothing, and it's a long 3rd and 15 here for the Baltimore Ravens with 2:32 left in the 4th. And Eat the Spider Eat, it's going to try to rush him here. And an unbelievable catch. I literally don't believe it. I think the graphics exploded there. But it's going to be 4th and 1. He's going to be short. And the Ravens here, you got to wonder, are they going to go long and try to dupe him with something, or are they just going to run this one short with Jamal Lewis? That's what they're going to try to do. He might have gotten it, I'm not sure. But they're going to give it to him. A first down from Jamal Lewis. And we'll see what happens here. Hands it off to Jamal Lewis, but number 52 there, I believe that's the 1 and 11 and 1. Just runs right up the middle. I'm sorry, that was son of a sailor. Just ran right up the gut that the offensive line opened up and just shut the door on Jamal Lewis there for a 1-yard loss. We're at the 2-minute warning. It is now 2nd and 11. This Baltimore offense has got to come up with something. Going to throw it up the middle, and that one's incomplete. Looked like he had it there, but I knew I had to have it. Knocks that one out. As you can see, Kyle Bowler has thrown everything short in this game, which is very strange considering the rocket arm that he's capable of. Got to wonder why he's not resorted to that yet. He's going to roll out to his right. And he almost had a long throw there. Looked like he was getting ready to throw something up. But Mean Machine gets an arm in there. And Baltimore is going to punt this one away. Now, they still have 3 timeouts, so if their defense can stop the Doug Funnie experience deep in their own territory, they'll essentially get the ball back right around where they are. Sir Digby Chicken Caesar goes back, and he will run this one out to the left, and he gets to the 40 and gets to about the 50-yard line. Gets to the other side of the field. A heck of a return. 35 yards by Sir Digby Chicken Caesar. That might be his longest return all year right there, folks. And now the Doug Funnie experience with 1:39 left. Trying to keep hold of a 3-point lead. Sister Christian Motor ran. It's going to get 2 yards there. And Baltimore is going to use their first timeout. Doug Funnie experience. You don't know if at this point do you try to add more points to Motor Ran, or do you just try to run this clock out, get Baltimore to burn these timeouts off, and just walk out of here with a 17-14 victory. Baltimore down to 1 timeout, but it's 3rd and 7. Doug Funnie experience fakes the handoff, and QB Eagle's going to roll out to the right, and he gets tackled. I believe he got that first down, though. And Baltimore's used their final timeout, and that is the first down. But without any more timeouts, Doug Funnie experience can take a knee, run the clock out, and just go on home with a 17-14 victory. That'll put the Doug Funnie experience at 4-0 to start this season. The Baltimore Ravens shall fall to 3-1. Still looking pretty good for them right now, though. They have a strong defense and a good running game. You got to think this isn't a team that the Doug Funnie experience wants to face in the playoffs. I hope that is not foreshadowing of any kind. I would not know. I've not recorded it yet. Meta joke. 1 second on the play clock. QB Eagles takes a knee. And he'll probably have to take one more knee before we can run this clock out for good. Doug Funnie experience is going to have a 4-0 record, leading to some big games coming up against some pretty good competition. I believe next week is against the Indianapolis Colts and Peyton Manning. It'll definitely be the strongest test of a quarterback that they've had yet, and it'll be their strongest quarterback test of all year up until about 3 weeks from now, when they take on the New England Patriots and Tom Brady. That'll be a fun one. And the time has ran out. Thank you for tuning in to 1080 AM. Doug Funnie Experience Football. The Experience wins this one 17-14 over the Baltimore Ravens. Thank you for tuning in, and good night.